So on this journey, I am going to be installing Ubuntu on my Surface Pro 4 first and going to walk through the process with Ubuntu to see if that works. If Ubuntu is not the answer for me, I am going to redo the whole entire thing with Fedora, but we're going to try Ubuntu first. I've done some research, and there is a whole project on GitHub called the Surface Linux Project, Linux Surface Project, sorry. Their top 4 recommendations are Ubuntu, Arch, Fedora, and OpenSUSE. They also have recommendations for Gentoo, Nix, and Void, but those first 4 are the main ones. They don't have special instructions for any other distros. I'm going to start with Ubuntu. It seems to be one of the easiest and best loved. I've also done a lot of research on people who have posted to social media, Reddit, and YouTube, having done this same conversion. Almost all of them have done either Ubuntu or Fedora. So I'm not trying to tread any new ground here. I'm not a pioneer. So I am going to just imitate what others have done and hopefully get what they get. So that is the process. So right now I've actually got 2 Windows machines open. I've got my Surface Pro 4 that is going to become the Linux machine, but I have a second Windows machine that I am doing all of the pre-work for. So my Surface Pro 4, I wiped it clean and reinstalled a fresh install of Windows 10 on it, and it's just got a few things on it just so I can like surf the web and stuff in the meantime until I get it done. And it's got all of the most recent updates done on it, which is recommended that you have all the hardware, firmware updates all done, downloaded and installed before you start this process. But I'm going to be doing all the pre-work on my Dell machine, which maybe down the line will also become a Linux machine if I'm happy with this process. In order to do this, I have to create a bootable USB stick with this utility called Rufus, which I'm going to install on the Dell, not on the Surface. I'm going to set up the bootable USB on the Dell, not on the Surface. Okay, now I have installed Rufus, and I'm going to use it to mount the Linux install onto the flash drive. I'm going to select the ISO file. And this is Ubuntu, and it's going on into Rufus. And then I believe we can hit start and go. And there it is, my Rufus boot disk for Ubuntu. So now my flash drive is ready to install Ubuntu on my Surface. Now I got to get my Surface ready to get Ubuntu installed on it. And so I've got to change some settings on my Surface so that it can boot from a flash drive. So I'm going to shut it off. I've shut down my Surface, so now I got to turn it back on while holding the volume key up. And now I am in the Surface UEFI configuration. I need to select boot configuration and select USB storage and drag it to the top of the list. And how to drag it? Oh, there we go. All right. Then hit exit and Restart now. This is where I'm going to stop for today because I don't have a USB hub. There's only one USB on this thing. And I will need a keyboard and a mouse for this installation to be plugged in at the same time as the USB flash drive. So I've ordered that and it is coming, the hub, so that I can have the flash drive, a keyboard, and a mouse all plugged in to the Surface at once for the installation. But now it's ready. The minute that I'm ready and I put the USB in there, it should start with the Ubuntu installation process. So we're ready to go.